Hi friends, we decided to continue on my page because
For all you who thought that Minnesota was just winter all the time, it gets hot here too.
his phone overheated, so we had to switch over to my phone.
Oh, I don't think the AirPods are hooked up here, so let's just be mindful of that. But
Oh yeah,
oh, well.
okay.
Okay, so we were making a live stream on my page. I'm gonna put it in the comments right here because there we go. I'll put so this is my page where you can check out our first one. Oh my gosh, I'm like,
Did it work?
you know how there's
Are you kidding? Space. Yeah.
well, it's not working to link me, but that's my name. You'll find it. Okay, we're talking about real love is not saying I love you. Baby, I need you to love me back. Otherwise, my self-esteem is all messed up. Right? That's not what real love is. That's actually manipulation. Because you're manipulating that other person to attempt to get them to say, I love you, to fulfill this need within yourself to feel some type of way. When in reality, Jess, what were we saying is real love? How do you define real love?
It's a verb. It's an action. It's by giving and by expressing it through words or actions, and not to just say I love you to someone. It's saying like, oh, I appreciate you because of these reasons, and explaining it so that you're not manipulating them by just saying I love you. And then it's very vague, and it's not, the person isn't gonna understand necessarily why it is that you love them. And if you can show it through actions, and then they can see that you love them through your actions, and they understand why you love them through your words, you can actually actively be within love instead of, like we said, manipulating just for the energy experience.
Yeah.
I love you, Mitch. I love you.
Yeah, I love you too, because if I didn't say I love you back, you'd probably not like me and there'd be consequence. It's like, what? Like, what kind of relationship is that? Come on. Let's get real. So I was saying this in my video, but we'll say it again here, is some ways to make this really practical. And we'll share the videos on each other's page and stuff. And, we'll have more videos coming out about this, because we see a lot of people struggling with this. So first point, ask yourself, how do I want to be loved? What helps me? Like what do I need in a partner?
You should hold the phone not in the sun so it doesn't overheat like last time.
Oh, look at that. That's giving in action. She's giving me advice. And I'm not like, no, I'm the man. I can do whatever I want. It's like, no, we're practical. Okay, so what I'm saying is, if you think about this, how do you best receive love? For me, it's, when I have someone who I can talk things out with. Like, let's say I'm working through a complex problem in one of my businesses, and I'm able to say, hey, Jessica, I'm doing this and I'm doing this. Like, what do you think about this? And she gives me feedback. That is love for me, because she's taking time out of her busy day to support me and help me achieve my goals, which are really our goals together. So that's pretty cool. Another way that I receive love is through like actions, and also like through physical touch, like hugs, and like a shoulder massage, things like that is like really nice. So that's for me. Now for you who's watching, how do you best receive love? You can leave a comment here or write it to yourself, because if you don't know how you need to be supported, well, good luck having a successful relationship. It's not going to work. You're going to expect someone to be a mind reader, and that's not how reality works. No one can read each other's minds. So get clear on that with yourself. Look back at your past relationships. What didn't work? Maybe someone was really avoidant or emotionally unavailable, or maybe they were always nagging. And then you can flip it. So if they ignored you, you would maybe want someone who's able to be present. So that's a cool thing. One other practical piece of advice would be, if you're in a relationship or you want to be in a relationship, well, look at how do you have those conversations? Like, we have a weekly check-in. It's really cool, where we can just talk about anything. We refer to our agreement that we based our relationship on, and that has been awesome, because now I don't have to worry about, Jess doesn't have to be like, oh, this might hurt your feelings, but like, I just have to say this. It's like, I know that that's good, like,
yeah, that's
like
one of the things that we agreed upon when starting this. So we went through our principles and like what we stood on.
Principles, for those who don't know what that word is like our values, what we stand by, what are the truths, like give as you want to receive, or be honest, things like that. And
one of them was to tell someone, like, to be able to speak freely without fear of them being hurt. And so that's like, if they did something that was not healthy, or that you can see was actively like doing something that was hurting another person or themselves, it's being able to say like, hey, you were doing this, regardless of like if they react, or regardless of if it's not inherently like positive, just like not allowing those like positive or negative emotions to really sway your ability to clearly communicate with the other person and to express exactly what needs to be expressed in that moment for what is best in the relationship, in their personal life, in their relationship with other people, just with life in general. Like, being able to not be afraid of that perceived pain that comes with energy experiences, because it's really just speaking what you see in front of you, just observing reality as is, and being able to say that to the other person.
Yeah, so y'all know this, you've seen it before. You have that important conversation. I like to call it's like a crucial conversation that you need to have, and you probably avoid it because you're afraid of hurting their feelings, or it's going to change the relationship. But that ability to have those important conversations, create a time and space for it. Don't say it right when they're walking out the door for work, or like if they're having a long day. Be smart, but make time for that. Otherwise, your relationship will fall apart, I promise you. Or you're going to be regretting it, or your partner's going to regret it. So that's what we'd like to do.
There's some questions.
Cameron asks, what processes are you guys using to come to this understanding together? What tools? What is the likelihood of someone making it work without them? That's a great question. What process?
One question at a time.
What process are you guys using? Just heads up, in like 4 minutes, I have another call I got to jump on.
Okay.
But what process are you guys using to come to this understanding together? There's a program that we've both been through. It's a free course called DIP Light, and I've studied psychology for over 8 years, and it's the best course I've ever found, and it's literally free. It helps you understand what are thoughts, what are emotions, and things like that. And that helped us understand what really matters. Being life-giving, that matters. Supporting each other, whether you feel like it or not, that matters. Being honest, being trustworthy, that matters. So we did that, and we came up with our principles. And if anyone's interested in a separate video or conversation or some pointers on how to actually make an agreement for your partnership, that's something that we're happy to support other couples.
And I think another aspect of that is just taking responsibility. Like, outside.
What do you mean by that? Because that's not even clear.
So outside of like the courses that we've been through and the information that's out there that we've agreed upon or whatever, just in general, looking at your feelings and emotions that come up and investigating why they're there, and investigating, is my starting point just to receive those energy experiences? Like, just taking responsibility.
Yeah, are
your
you
life
being a leech, leeching off your partner's energy? Or are they being a leech to you? Because time to stop being a leech. Look up the word symbiosis. That's how a really good relationship is. It's symbiotic. You both feed to each other.
Yeah. What tools? Yeah, so definitely utilizing DIP, that was very helpful, as well as just connecting to the network that we're a part of. And Cameron, you have been a great asset.
Yeah, there's a group we started called Self Perfected, which is about, it's pretty cool. We have some couples that have actually met each other through there. But self-perfected really means developing yourself beyond just wanting to feel good all the time. Rather, really look at yourself. Who are you? Who do you want to be? And how do you get there? And we have like 240 members right now that are all part of this and all on this journey of self-perfection. And you don't need to be perfect to join it. Perfection means a process of getting better and better. And it's been really cool because we have couple friends from that group, and people come in there and they, find their boyfriend or their girlfriend because there's similar principles that we do. So that's some other tools that
the
we use.
likelihood of a relationship working without principles and tools and clear starting points and agreements. Nowadays, if you look at the stats alone, like, relationships are not doing so well.
Yeah, I think it's like a 50% divorce
And
rate.
Another thing would be, even if you stay together throughout your whole lifetime, how life-giving is your relationship if it's not clear that you have principles, starting points, and agreements, and not that clear communication? How fruitful is that relationship really going to be? So I think, the likelihood of the relationship working out is not very good, but even if it does,
is it really good? Or are you in it just because you're afraid to break it off or whatever? And like, this may be a lot for some people, so we're happy to help meet people where they're at, because part of our goal is we want everyone to have a really awesome relationship. Because like a real relationship, because I see this with my friends, because like very into entrepreneurship and making things happen in the world, and I see a really good indicator of do you have a good relationship or not is, are you inspired to do more? Are you inspired to get out there, get after it even more? Improve yourself, take better care of yourself, floss your teeth, like random stuff. But like, are you inspired to do more? And not like honeymoon phase, I'm gonna look really good for my partner. But like, I actually want to live a very fulfilling life because I know that that's gonna inspire them, and like, that's a real relationship. And I have not seen that really in any couple, except Cameron, who's commenting here. He and his wife Katie and their 2 kids are a stellar example of this. And our other friends like Kian and Muge, it's really cool, and Asif and Maylad as well. Like, there's other people out there doing this, but it's really not mainstream yet, but that's part of our goal. So if you want a relationship that's very life-giving and fruitful and inspiring, and inspires you to be more and do more, reach out. We're happy to connect you with like-minded people, and this is becoming the new norm. So that's why we're speaking out more.
So do not manipulate other people with the words "I love you." Show them through action and words.
Thanks, everyone.